the presidential debate went down between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. It looked a little crazy. Plus, Donald Trump and his wife Melania contracted COVID-19. The news media seems a little happy about this. I don't know why, since it's supposed to be a deadly epidemic and it's supposed to kill all people. But we're going to talk about this. All that and more. I'm your host, TJ Evans, and this is the TJ Evans Show. Donald Trump finally got what he wanted with a debate between Joe Biden. And in the first few moments, well, let me take that back. The whole debate pretty much looked like this.
You're the worst president America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agree.
want to
Hey,
make
Joe,
sure.
you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that.
You know what?
Absolutely not
Stop.
true.
Tape doing it.
You're going to
You're on
have
tape.
True.
Gentlemen. I hate to raise
Chris,
my voice, but
he's
I see
on
it seems
tape.
to be. Why should I be different than the two of you?
Yeah, it was two old men really having it out. Exciting. It was great. This looked pretty bad on Donald Trump's part, especially when he's trying to get those housewives in middle America. He was laying it on a little thick with bad Trump. And Joe Biden seemed not to remember what he was talking about. I will say, though, Chris Wallace did a pretty good job, even though at times it seemed like he was a little bit biased, which we know that he is. But Donald Trump had to point it out like, dog, are you trying to debate me, or is this between me and Joe Biden?
Chris,
You're
that was the
debating him,
worst
not
part
me.
of Obama.
Let me ask my question.
Well, I'll ask Joe. The individual mandate was the most unpopular aspect of Obamacare. I got rid of it.
I'd like you
and we will protect
Mr.
people
President,
with
I'm the
pre-existing
moderator of this
conditions.
debate, and I would like you to let me ask my question, and then you can answer your
Go ahead.
question. You, in the course of these 4 years, have never come up with a comprehensive plan to replace Obamacare, and just this last Thursday, you signed a largely symbolic executive order to protect people with pre-existing conditions 5 days before this debate. So my question, sir, is what is the Trump health care plan?
Well, first of all, I guess I'm debating you, not him. But
I would not say that everything that Trump did in this debate was totally wrong. I understand that the tactic that he tried to implement was to show that Joe Biden didn't know what he was talking about and that he really couldn't hold his own, especially around high stakes and people who are going to be barking at him the whole time. It threw him off a little bit. It threw Joe Biden off a bit. And I understand the tactic. It just was a little overdone. But Trump did have some good moments in the debate. I will say that. And he was pretty much telling the truth most of the time. It's just that it's Donald Trump talking.
he didn't think we should close it down, and he was wrong. And again, 2 million people would be dead now instead of still 204,000 people is too much. One person is too much. Should have never happened from China. But what happened is we closed it down, and now we're reopening, and we're doing record business. We had 10.4 million people in a 4-month period that we've put back into the workforce. That's a record the likes of which nobody's ever seen before. And he wants to close down he will shut it down again. He will destroy this country. You know, a lot of people, between drugs and alcohol and depression, when you start shutting it down, you take a look at what's happening in some of your Democrat-run states where they have these tough shutdowns. And I'm telling you, it's because they don't want to open it. One of them came out last week, you saw that. Oh, we're going to open up on November 9th. Why November 9th? Because it's after the election.
So, yeah, there were good points with Donald Trump. And in this debate, it's clear to see that Donald Trump was pretty well prepared for it. And Joe Biden was Joe Biden as usual, stumbling over words, not answering the right questions, and being thrown off by Donald Trump. And when I say, like, not answering the right questions, even Chris Wallace had to tell him a couple of times that I'm not asking that.
The way to open businesses is give them the wherewithal to be able to open. We provided money, the Congress.
But I was asking you, sir, about masks.
Well, masks make a big difference. His own head of the CDC said if we just wore masks between now.
It was kind of sad. But one point in particular showed where the American people are a little thrown off about the information they receive, and it's usually the first bit of information that people run off with, and they are closed-minded to any new information, new facts to pretty much outline what really went on. Sort of like what goes on with the police brutality and Black Lives Matter protests and things like that, where people don't get the full story, they just get the first story. But Joe Biden laid that tactic out when he was asked the question by Chris Wallace. And Donald Trump didn't do anything but ask the question back to him, and he refused to answer. And then Chris Wallace just went on with the next thing. And also in this clip, I want you to pay attention to how Joe Biden started his answer.
If Senate Republicans go ahead and confirm Justice Barrett, there has been talk about ending the filibuster or even packing the court, adding to the 9 justices there. You call this a distraction by the president, but in fact it wasn't brought up by the president. It was brought up by some of your Democratic colleagues in the Congress. So my question to you is, you have refused in the past to talk about it. Are you willing to tell the American people tonight whether or not you will support either ending the filibuster or packing the court?
Whatever position I take on that, that'll become the issue. The issue is the American people should speak. You should go out and vote. You're in voting now. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you gonna pack the court?
Make sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
your
to answer the
senators.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because,
would you answer that
because
question?
the question
new Supreme Court justice, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your
All
list?
right, gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
I'm not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to the second segment.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it?
So he never answered the question. He gave the normal politician answer. I'm going to say a whole lot of words, but not really say anything, and you're going to run with it. And people have been running with it for the longest. Joe Biden has been in office for 47 years, and he has not done anything, especially for black people. But he wants the black vote. He's running for Democrat, so of course he wants the black vote, and more than likely he's going to get it because black people vote 90+% towards the Democratic Party. But what Donald Trump pointed out in this one particular clip, which was probably the best punchline that Donald Trump got in, was when he acknowledged the fact that, Joe Biden, you've been in office for all these years and you have done nothing.
Let me just tell you, Joe, I've done more in 47 months. I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe. We've done things that you never even thought of doing, including fixing the broken military that you gave me, including taking care of your vets.
Mr. President.
And that's a fact. And you can just check the records on that. Donald Trump has done a lot for the black community and the American people, more importantly. Joe Biden has done nothing. And as a matter of fact, him and his running mate Kamala Harris, who was not going to get the vote at all, and the only reason why she got the job was because that she is a black woman, and Joe Biden's first stipulation to get the job as vice president was to be a woman. But past that, and they just did everything in their power to hinder black people. Her family owned slaves. But off of that, Joe Biden has done nothing his whole 47 years in office, and it's just clear to see. He's trying to walk his way into the White House just because that he was Barack Obama's vice president. The debate was terrible. I'm really waiting for October 7th when Mike Pence and Kamala Harris are going to go at it. That's going to be the debate that I want to see. I'm kind of skeptical about this second debate between President Trump and Joe Biden. It's not because that I don't believe that Donald Trump is ready, because I know that he's ready to have this debate, especially because I know he's going to watch game footage of this one and he's going to listen to his advisors and look at the ratings and see who he lost and what he needs to do to improve. It's that he contracted COVID-19. And that's really what I want to talk about, is how people are reacting to the fact that Donald Trump contracted COVID-19, the disease that we were told is super deadly, but we have people in the media and on social media making jokes about it and pretty much happy about it. And why? Where are we at as people that we're happy that someone could possibly die? It's crazy.
Is this a moment of reckoning for the president and this administration for all of the pretending or looking the other way and trying to convince people otherwise of the science for whatever reason, whether it was to make sure that he was reelected, to make sure that he had high standing with the public, or just for whatever reason, because of the economy? Is this now a moment of reckoning that, yes, this is real, it is not?
Now, this reaction may be because Donald Trump called the coronavirus, aka the Kung flu, a hoax. Well, at least that's what the news media said that he said. But in all actuality, he didn't call the virus a hoax. He said that the left and the media will use it as if it was a tactic, a political tactic. The virus is real. Now, a lot of people say, well, Trump supporters don't think it's real either. They won't wear masks or anything like that. Well, I tell you right now, I won't wear a mask, at least not unless a private business that tells me I have to wear a mask. And a lot of Trump supporters pretty much said from the beginning that it was probably just going to be like a really bad flu. And from what the numbers say, it's just a really bad flu. Go figure. What happens when people actually believe that it's okay to wish death on the president? Not just the president, but just on a man. A man that has done nothing to you, but you just believe that he's a terrible person because the news media has spilled this whole narrative that he is worse than Hitler. So, of course, people are not even going to look at the facts that he has actually done great things for the country, lower unemployment, gotten black people jobs. He's had stock market record highs, hasn't started any new wars, lowering the prices of drugs for pharmaceutical companies so you can get your medicine. We're not even thinking about these things. We're just thinking about what the first thing that everyone told us in the media, that he worked with Russia. Not even considering the fact that people who said this and started off with this whole narrative are currently being locked up, going to trial. But we don't pay attention to that. We're just going to pay attention to the first thing and run with it. So that's what people are doing. They're running with the first thing that they heard, and it doesn't matter if it's a lie. And we've gotten so bad as people, and it's sad because I hear Christians even speaking like this, that they're happy that Donald Trump and his wife had contracted coronavirus, the China virus, because it came from China. What Bible are you reading? When has it been cool to wish death or disease on anyone? I understand that the internet is ruthless, but where are we at as a people? You know, at first I was kind of kind of hopeful for mankind when Chadwick Boseman died and no one came out with stupid conspiracy theories. But now, since the president has gotten coronavirus, China virus, and everyone's putting out these posts, not even memes, like people are actually putting out their thoughts, happy about Trump getting this disease and could possibly die. Where are we at as a people? I understand there's a sick world that y'all let cuties go on Netflix and no one cares, but where are we going? Where are we headed? Especially as a voter, if you support the Democratic Party, you're voting for a party that wants to kill babies that are still in the womb, and you supporting a group like Black Lives Matter who want to destroy the black family that is the main hindrance of the black individual in America is not having a father in the home, but you want to destroy that, and this is what you support. So where are we going as a people? Do we even care anymore? I don't want to go on a tangent, but that's just what happened in the news. I really wanted to make this a quick video, but I just wanted to talk about that. What do you believe? Do you believe that it's all right, Donald Trump got COVID-19, he all right, and it doesn't matter if he dies, or just because that most of the people who die from this are people with prior conditions like being overweight, having diabetes, or elderly people, and he fits two of those criteria? Or do you think that maybe you're right? Maybe we should just pay attention to the culture. That's all I'm saying. I want you to tune in for the next debate. It will be on the 7th of October. I'm your host, TJ Evans. This is the TJ Evans Show. Please subscribe to the page, like this video, help us keep the lights on.